Hi guys, the Metal Maniac back again, and in this video I'm going to be ranking the Judas Priest album art from worst to best. Two things though. One, in this video I'll only be focusing on the studio albums, and also I will only be focusing on original artwork. So, for example, there are certain albums that have either reworked artworks or alternate versions. For example, the Judas Priest album, Point of Entry, there's an original artwork and then alternate version. I will only, I'll only be looking at original artworks, and I will only be focusing on the studio albums. So let's begin. The worst Judas Priest album art is Demolition. I mean, this album, like, when artwork is this bad, you really know what you're getting into, you know? Like, yeah, this isn't the worst Judas Priest album, but it is one of the worst. It has the worst artwork. I mean, this looks like something you could do in, like, Adobe Photoshop or something. Like, this really looks bad. And the back too. Look, I mean, I don't know. Again, it's bad on the front, but even worse on the back. Like, look at that. That's just so. I mean, I guess it's intentionally smeared, almost looking, but I don't know. It's just really, really bad. This really felt like not only was it rushed, but it didn't have any like effort put into it. Hold on, let me scoop my computer over a bit. There we go. But yeah, it's just really, really bad. And it doesn't really have anything on it. It's just basically like a black streak, and then a red streak going across with the Judas Priest logo up top, and then Demolition here. It's horrible. It's embarrassing too. It's just really embarrassing. But yeah, this is the worst Judas Priest album art, and that's why it's at number 18. Alright. Oh, crap. Hold on. Messed something up. I'll take this out right now. There, I'm sorry, I kind of put something in the wrong spot. Anyway. At number 17, second worst, is, the artwork for Stained Class. I mean, when you can't even tell what the hell's going on the artwork, you know it's just bad. I mean, I don't have the album, so I can't hold up the artwork to show you, but it's just really, really bad. And again, it's bad on an album that is, I mean, not necessarily horrible, but it is one of the worst, considering that it's just boring and just hard to get through. But, yeah, I mean, Stained Class's artwork is just so bizarrely dumb. I mean, you get this distorted silhouette of a person that, seriously, like, and I can't really, like, no one can tell what actually is supposed to be happening. I mean, like, you get this thing going through the guy's head. Like, what the hell happened? Like, did I don't know, did they even know what they were actually, did the artist even know what they were doing? Like, what instructions was the artist given? That's my thing. Like, that's my point. What instructions were the artist given? Like, were they given just a very vague, like, two-worded sentence? Like, or, you know, to me, the artwork looks like someone had an accident in a pole vaulting competition, and just the pole just went through their head. Like, it's just so bizarre. You can't really tell exactly what's supposed to be going on, and it's just like, why? It's one of those album arts where you look at it and you're like, why? You know? But, yeah, Stained Class's artwork is at number 7. Or, not number 7, 17, there we go. If it was at number 7, I'd be questioning myself why I had it so high. Anyway, at number 16 is another one I don't own, Rockarola. Now, like I said, I will not be featuring anything other than the original. I will not be putting anything on here that's not the original artwork. Because Rockarola had two different artworks. It had the original, which was the bottle cap version, and then the remaster had the one with the Manticore riding a missile. But yeah, I'll be focusing on the bottle cap version. The bottle cap version it's not bad, it just is out of place. I mean, yeah, their music back then, especially with that album, was very hippie-like, very 70s hippie cringe. But the artwork itself, it's good, but it just doesn't fit. It doesn't fit what actually the music is what I'm trying to say. It's just really bizarre. I actually like the Manticore version, like, you know, the version with the Manticore riding the missile. That actually kind of fits a little bit better, but the bottle cap version is just, it doesn't fit. Hold on, I am gonna close these shades. They're really, like, the sun's really coming through the windows and getting on my eyes. That's better. Alright, sorry about that. I have to manually close the shades because there are no actual curtains. Anyway, back to the video. But yes, 16 is the album art for Rockarola. It's just really, really bad. At number 15 is Killing Machine. Now, this artwork isn't bad, but it is not impressive compared to the majority of the artworks on the Judas Priest albums. Killing Machine is one of those artworks where you look at it and you're like, okay, that's pretty cool, I guess, but I'm not really impressed that much. It's just basically a picture of a guy with sunglasses, and it's just, it's okay. I mean, it's just there, you know. Like, it's not like something I like look at it and like, oh, I really want to listen to this album just because the artwork's so good, you know. But yeah, it's okay, I guess. But yeah, the Killing Machine artwork is at number 15. At number 14 is Point of Entry. The original artwork, not the alternate version. You know, the original artwork with the the printer paper going down the desert. This one again it's not bad. It's okay, but it's not that impressive. Yeah, I mean, there's not really much to say about this one, other than it's okay. At number 13, I actually do own this album. At number 13 is the artwork for Angel of Retribution. This artwork is a mixed bag. I mean, for the good part, it has this really cool creature on the front, this mechanical angel type creature. But on the other hand, it has no background. Like, it's just a blank black background. There we go. That's a tongue twister. But honestly, you know, like I've said before in other videos, sometimes a blank black background works, and sometimes it doesn't. It all depends on what the foreground is. It all depends what is in the foreground. And with this one, because of the color palette of this creature, just the grays and silvers, it really feels like it would need a background. Like, it would need some kind of color palette in the background to make the front image, you know, just pop more, you know? Even like with the halo and then the fire on the boots, like, it really feels like there should have been some kind of artwork in the background too. But yeah, this is really the only reason why this is so low, is it feels incomplete. Like, it feels like it should have had some foreground back there. Or not foreground, some background that behind the creature itself. But yeah. Is that dust? Yeah, this one's pretty dusty. I gotta clean my bottom shelf. Anyway, At number 12, where's it at? Should be here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Ugh. At number 12 is British Steel. This one is okay. It's not impressive, but it's not bad. It's another one of those album arts where it's good, I guess, but it's just not impressive compared to majority of the other artworks in Judas Priest, on Judas Priest albums. It's just there, you know, it's just there. And I know a lot of people love this artwork, but for me, it's not that impressive. Oh shit, oops, sorry, dropped it. It's just, you know, just there. But yeah, that's at number, was it 12? Yeah, it's at number 12. At number 11. At number 11 is Sad Wings of Destiny. The artwork for Sad Wings of Destiny. Again, with British Steel, it's okay, but it's not that impressive compared to a lot of others. It's just, I don't know. It just feels like, even though it's good. I mean, I guess if you're just comparing their 70s stuff, it's definitely one of the best ones. But looking at their entire discography and all the artworks, it's definitely lower on the list because there are just so many other ones that are just way better. But yeah, 11 is the artwork for Sad Wings of Destiny. There we go. At number 10 is the artwork for Nostradamus. Okay, this one's good, but it's down on this list on only at number 10 because the color palette. The color palette ruins how good the actual artwork is. Like, it's sort of a brownish color palette, which the actual artwork is bathed in that brownish color for the most part. And I mean, there's blacks in there as well, but it feels like it could have, it could have stood out more if the color palette was a lot better. Like if maybe it was brown mixed with like reds and stuff, maybe. But just the color palette just ruins it ruins the potential of having the artwork higher on this list because it just even though the artwork's pretty good, it's just not that when you look at it, you just kind of have to really pay attention because again, you're just the browns and blacks of the actual color palette really just sort of hit your attention more than the actual artwork. But yeah. At number 9 is Firepower. Now, the reason why this artwork is only at number 9, there's only really one reason. It's kind of a personal gripe of mine, but I can't, I don't know, I can't tell whether this is hand-drawn art or CGI. Because the way it is, the way it looks, it's down the fine line of looking both like it could be CGI, but also it could be hand-drawn. So I'm just really, really confused, and I don't know, it's just a really personal gripe of mine. Like, I like when I can tell whether an album art is hand-drawn or CGI. And for the most part, I can tell the difference, but once in a while, there will be like an exception where I can't tell whether it is hand-drawn or CGI. And just because that, I don't know, it just really bugs me that I can't tell which one it is. But, I mean, it's a really good artwork. It's just that one personal gripe, it just puts it lower on the list. But yeah, the artwork for Firepower is at number 9. I'm losing daylight fast. Hold on. Alright, there we go. Sorry if this video is a bit chaotic. This was like a last minute thing. I didn't really think of this ahead of time. Anyway, number 8. Number 8 is Redeemer of Souls. Another album I don't actually own. The art. I mean, well, the album itself, the music on the album is very boring. The actual artwork is really good. I love the fiery background. I love the creature on the front. I don't know if it's supposed to be some kind of angel or some kind of creature, some kind of demonic entity. I don't know exactly what the creature is supposed to be, but it looks cool. It looks really, really, really cool. And then just the way the color palette of the actual creature is in the foreground complements the color palette of fiery background. Just really, really cool. But yeah, the artwork to Redeemer of Souls is at number 8. Number 7 is one that I don't own anymore, and that is Sin After Sin. Um, it's just something I never really listened to that much, so I just, I gave it to a friend. But yeah, Sin After Sin definitely has the best artwork of the 70s albums. I really, really do like it. It's basically, I guess what they did is they took a picture of a real life mausoleum and then just sort of, then they sort of, put that into actual artwork, and then they just sort of added stuff to it, and then added the background. It just looks really cool. It's like the mausoleum with the doors kind of open, and then there's like a skull up top, and then like it's just the whole mausoleum is in this like weird sort of it almost looks like some kind of weird other realm. Like it feels like otherworldly because like it's in this swampy area, but then you look at the back in the sky. It just feels like Oblivion. Like it feels like it's just in some kind of other alternate universe or alternate reality or something. It's just really, really cool. And I love how both the actual main artwork itself, the mausoleum, and the background of the artwork are just both so good. But yeah, that's at number 7. All right, at number 6. That should be here. Oh, there it is. At number 6 is the artwork for Screaming for Vengeance. This one, the thing I was drawn to the most is, like, yeah, I mean, before I actually listened to the album, the first thing I ever was drawn to, was not like, people saying, oh, how good this is, well, that too, but the thing I was drawn to the most originally was the actual artwork. And just the reds and yellows, and then the silvery, gray, the silvery gray color of the actual mechanical eagle is really, really cool. And I don't know how the artist did this, but like, yeah, it's 2D. It's hand drawn art. It's 2D, but it looks like it really has some depth to it. It looks almost 3-dimensional in a way. Which is really cool and just proves how talented a lot of these artists are that they're able to do that. Like take a hand drawn image that's a 2D image and just make it so good it looks like it has more dimension than it actually does. But yeah, and then also the Judas Priest logo is really, really cool too. I love that version of the logo. But yeah, just the actual detail paired with the actual creature design and the color palette as well is just really, really cool. But yeah, that's at number 6. At number 5, is Turbo. Is the artwork for Turbo. Okay, so I actually forgot to mention with the Screaming for Vengeance one, there was I guess like a 30th anniversary version that they completely ruined the artwork by taking the artwork and just redoing it, but making it look all rusty and like they made it like a rusty brown color, which kind of just defeats the purpose of the color palette to make it bright and shiny. But anyway, getting back to Turbo, what was it at? Number 5. Oh yeah, so the artwork for Turbo is at number 5. Oh yeah, and this also had an anniversary edition that messed with the color palette of the artwork, which was it went from this color palette to more just black and purples, which I don't know, just doesn't really fit the actual art itself. But yeah, I would put that one way low. But this version, the original version with the black, red, and white, it looked really, really cool. It's sort of I couldn't really tell at first it was supposed to be. I knew it was a hand clutching a car, one of those car things. Those not a joystick. That's for a arcade game. But you know what I mean. One of those stick shift. There we go. But I didn't know if like the hand was its own creature or was part of a bigger thing or something. That's the thing that I always kind of am confused with. I don't know if it's just a disembodied mechanical hand or if it's part of something bigger. But yeah, I mean, the artwork itself is really good. I love the color palette. I love it. The blacks, the reds, and the whites. And then the little yellow bits on the actual fingernails. But yeah, just a really cool artwork and just a really awesome color palette as well. Again, the artist took something that was a 2D image and just made it so convincingly it's so convincing, like it makes it look like it's like the artwork's 3-dimensional when it's not. Yeah. All right. Number 4. There we go. Number 4 is the artwork for Ram It Down. I believe this is the same artist who did the Painkiller artwork. It looks so similar to that style that I'm pretty sure it's the same person. For some reason, the artwork here, there's no credits on this artwork. I don't know if on the original release they had the credits for the artist or not, but I believe this is probably most likely the same artist who did the artwork for Painkiller. But yeah, I just really love it. It's definitely one of the more, I guess, realistic designs. Not the fact that there's like a hand punching the earth, but I mean in the way it looks, like the way it actually is styled. It's more of a realistic style to the artwork rather than more cartoony. But yeah, it's just really, really cool. I love, again, the color palette is perfect. The blue, this one with the blue and the red. I love how it's just blue, red, and black. 3 different colors, yet it works so well. Yeah, really, really cool album art. Alright. Number 3. Alright, number 3. Number 3 is the artwork to Defenders of the Faith. This is an artwork where the thing on the thing in the foreground is so colorful that you don't really need anything in the background. Like you don't need a background artwork. You just need the foreground thing. Which I mean, the Battalion is one of the best Judas Priest creatures. But look at that. It's like I love the concept. It's sort of like a lion or a tiger, but like it's like a tank. It's not even a real thing. It's like a tank almost. And the color palette again is amazing. I don't know. There's not much to say about it other than it's amazing and one of their best artworks ever. And it's very iconic too. Like, it's so iconic that the moment you say Judas Priest to someone, like one of the first artworks that they picture in their mind is this. Like, it's either this, the Screaming for Vengeance artwork, or the Painkiller artwork. One of the 3. But for me, when I hear Judas Priest, this is definitely 9 times out of 10 the artwork I first picture in my mind. But yeah, it's really, really cool. Hold on, let's put this back in the sleeve. All right, there we go. Oh, there we go. All right, so that's at number 3. At number 4, there it is. At number 4 is the artwork for Jugulator. And no, I don't mean this stupid thing with this, how it's like, so zoomed in with outdated computer technology to the point where it's just all pixelated. I mean the actual artwork, the original artwork that was, I guess, was supposed to be on it before they zoomed in on it. And that's, I mean, you can't really see the face, but like because of this peg, but you can kind of see it there. Yeah, this artwork, the artwork that should be on the front. It's just really, really good. I love it. You know, it's just the Jugulator. Like, I love this creature. It's just so menacing looking. Like, and then the artwork in the background, the blue sort of wasteland type thing with the fire pit, like the pit of lava. And then the Jugulator jumping out of the lava. And then the design of the Jugulator itself is really cool. You got the Judas Priest sort of insignia on, sort of burned into his forehead, and then like the Jugulator, like his mouth with sharp teeth, and then like the pincers on the side, and the red, just the pure, just blood red eyes. And then like the spikes, the overwhelming amount of spikes on this thing. Like, look at that. Like, there's spikes on the back, spikes on the arms, and then the fingers are just bladed knives. Like, look at that. That's cool. That's really, really cool. One of the most just sinister artworks ever. But yeah, this would be number one if they ever release. I mean, if they ever re-release this album and fix the artwork on the front, like take away the artwork on the front and take the original version from the inside and put that on the front, then I think this would be probably at number one. But as it stands, it's at number two. Just amazing artwork, but not my absolute favorite. My second favorite though. All right, number one. Hold on. There we go. Number one is the artwork for Painkiller. I'd say it's probably the most recognizable artwork, especially for people who don't really know Judas Priest that well and haven't really listened to a lot of their music. This is definitely like a universal symbol of Judas Priest in a way. Like, people who don't even listen to Judas Priest know this artwork. It's just so good. Again, the color palette is amazing. It's sort of a similar color palette going through most of these late '80s, early '90s, and mid '90s albums. Especially for Judas Priest, where it's like it has a consistent color palette of black, blue, red, orange, and silver. I mean, silver wasn't in like the Ram It Down one, but you know what I mean. Other than the silver one, it's a consistent pattern of blue, orange, black. You know, and I love the I love the motorcycle, like the living motorcycle dragon thing, with the saw blades as the wheels. The Painkiller, this mechanical creature thing. And then the city. There's like a city. Just it almost looks like the city was on top of a volcano, but then the volcano started to erupt, and the cities just started melting. And then you got the Judas Priest logo. A brand right there. The Trident. That of course the Ripper Owens version wasn't a Trident. It was a battle axe, but you know, different singer, different version of the not logo, but yeah, logo, but also a little symbol. But yeah, I love this artwork. And then the actual logo too, like the logo there, awesome. And then the Painkiller title there, really, really cool. But that's gonna be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all next time.